Look at you now. Look at you now. Yes. The Rock is the final boss. You want to run your mouth? You want to be a hero, huh? Not by a long shot. Because at the end of the day, to all you Cody crybabies, to him, to Mama Rose, and to everybody, at the end of the day, it didn't have to be like this. The Rock is a man of his word. It didn't have to be this way.
The KVTV Command Center is a mobile one. It's mobile because there is a new campaign of war going on, one waged by TKO. That war being the war on TVPG. From the top of the show, you could just tell something was in the air. From a hot Chicago crowd, of which I should have been a part of, I'm just too poor. The abridged stage setup, made smaller to make room for more dimes, I mean fans. A nuclear hot reaction for the Codester, and just an overall more immersive and based production experience. I'm telling you, you get rid of Bucky Beaver and good things happen. It felt like a cyberpunk, hyper-real version of Monday Night Raw, borrowing from the past, sure, but with the main priority being to forge a new path entirely of its own.
Simple reason, I pretend to be the champion because the champion isn't here.
Cody has finally gotten the edge he needs for a WrestleMania main event. The pulse was building, the time was right, and then on cue, the final boss made possibly the most cinematic entrance of all time. WWE's new production team really got to shine here. After The Rock's covert, under-his-breath threat, the rest of Monday Night Raw had a little bit of tension attached to it. The key to WWE's biggest change is that they finally committed to episode-wide arcs. In the most successful eras of WWE, there was often a thread that underlied the whole show, and this episode revolved around multiple. In one show, we were able to flesh out motivations for Rhea versus Becky, McIntyre versus Rollins, Sammy versus Gunther, and they kept the filler to a minimum. Hell, even the filler stuff got pretty over. And CM Punk, who was right about everything. I was blind and now I see. Punk showed up in Allstate, and he, Drew, and Seth showed the art of the promo in the center of the Rosemont ring.
Struggled to get out of that thing with my biceps, something you've probably never had an issue with. The people in Chicago are like, you probably have a weapon in there, and you'll try and take me out before WrestleMania. And I mean, folks, where's the lie?
I just want to say, Drew's scorched earth shitposting gimmick is first off, literally me, and secondly, something that has finally propelled him to the next level and truly resurrected his career. If I'm the company, I give him the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, and Seth Rollins goes off to heal that broken down vessel of his. And if we're going to Netflix, Seth fucking Rollins will be who returns. As I mentioned in my last video, the final boss version of The Rock is different. And holy shit, did we get clarification tonight what different means. Final boss has lost his damn mind, clearly. Cussing up a storm, censor bars going wild, and Cody gushing like a stuck pig. Look at you now! As The Rock beat him, I want you to take note about how WWE composed these shots. We see a truck shot of John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's three ways we can read that visual info, at the risk of sounding like Sidgwick. The first possibility is that there is no visual plea. The first possibility is quite literally it doesn't mean anything, total coincidence, it's not that serious. Or possibility number two, it's The Rock's two most intense rivals from the past, staring him down in disappointment, their static expressions in their renders haunting him. The Rock has failed his obligations as a steward of the company. The final boss must be stopped. Or possibility number three, Cody is the next face of the company. with its two immediate predecessors, Stone Cold Steve Austin and John Cena, signaling that. Besides this corner of based supermarks like yourself that I have cultivated, the amount of mainstream buzz around this episode really does show. This is beyond us now. Signs are back, business is up, this show is back on the road. And Wrestling Bros, I'm thinking we're back. They weren't here for the dark days, but they were here for the good times. Let's pass this on. The love of the game, the love of the ring. But as you do, keep it Kino.